One of the most popular things that we do on our Pilates retreats isn't sunbathing, isn't reading, isn't chatting, isn't getting to know everybody. No, not the food, not even that, not even the guided meditations, no, not even the Pilates. The favourite thing that everybody gets really involved with are the wellbeing sessions that we host every afternoon. So an hour and a half every afternoon. You can come or you don't have to, depending on the topic, depending if you want to come. But what we do is we have an education session where we talk about the topic, and then we go into details, what everybody's experiences are. So it feels like a bit of a group coaching session. Even if you feel that the topic isn't of interest to you, you might have a lot of insights for other people on the Pilates retreat. So what are the topics? Well, they change, they vary. For instance, on the next retreat that I'm hosting, they specifically asked for some menopause training. So we will be talking about that. We'll be talking about exercise that's going to help bone density. We'll be talking about nutrition that's going to help menopause. But that's not always there. It depends on who is on the retreat and what we cater for and what the clients would like. Generally, as a nutritionalist, there will always be a nutritional session. There has to be. So they're normally quite exciting because everybody's got an opinion, becomes quite animated, people sharing advice, what they're doing, what they're not doing, how best to deliver certain vitamins and minerals and combining food. As you can tell, there's a lot that can go into that session. So there's always a session on nutrition. But the way that I try and break it down is we start the week finding out more about you. So we always have the first session about what you want in life, what you're looking for, what are your values. We've got activities, we've got coaching tools that we use, and that's the first introductory session. And things like what brings you on to a retreat? Why would you want to come? What is happening in your life that you would like to consider, think about, possibly even change? Then we look at very practical things as well. We look at stress. What stress looks like in terms of the 4 pillars, what it looks like, what an emotional stress response will be, what a physical stress response will be, what a cognitive stress response will be, i.e. worrying and anxiety. What's the difference between anxiety and stress? Difference, and there's difference in different populations as well, which I love. Finding out more about ourselves and how we respond to stress. So emotional, cognitive, physical, and our behaviour, how we behave when we're stressed. So the implications of burnout, which is also very interesting. So we know what to look out for and why we should be avoiding it. The other sessions that we do are more about bouncing back. They're more about how to become more resilient, the tools, the strategies that you use. And we break that down again into 3 wellbeing sessions. So the first wellbeing session will be on physical resilience, how you can improve the hygiene of your sleep. Then we'll look at things like nutritional movement, like that play. And what would that answer be? Pilates. But there are other things, other exercise disciplines are also available. And then we look at the second session will be cognitive resilience or mental resilience. You know, when you've always got those thoughts roaming around in your head, you're replaying incidences and things like that. So there are strategies. There are tools that can help us to stop doing that. So we'll talk about that on that session. And then another session, we will talk about emotional resilience. You know, that feeling of getting upset too quickly or not expressing our emotions and hiding them, which then gives us stomach aches or some sort of physical manifestation. So emotional resilience is another topic. Nutrition I've talked about. And then generally what we do on the last session is we find out what we're going to take away, what we're going to do, and how we make a practice out of this. What we've learned on the retreat, what we've learned in the sessions. The final session is what will we take forward? So this is how to create a habit. We spend a whole session working on creating a habit. Creating habits have been my bread and butter for the last 20 years, talking to people about how to create good nutritional habits, good sleeping habits, good physical habits, all of those things. I have tools, activities, strategies that we will use, we will discuss in our wellbeing sessions that will help you to move through and move forward after the retreat. Clients have said to me that the retreats that we go on together don't just last a week like a holiday. They last 3 to 4 months, maybe even a lifetime. That feeling that you can change, the feeling that you can adapt and be different, and picking up who you are, what you want from life, and setting a new course. So often when people come on retreats, it can be a big birthday, it can be a small crisis at home, read into that what you will, it can be a diversity of different things. If this is your year, then book a retreat with me now, a Pilates retreat. We look at all aspects of your health and well-being. I'm Adele, thank you for listening.